Hi everyone, please enjoy my interview with Javier Gutierrez on his film Before the Fall. Let's go. Hi Javier, I'm Christina. I make movie reviews on social media, specifically with the horror thriller genre, and I'm really excited to talk to you today about your film.
Hello, Christina. A pleasure. Talk to you. Of course.
So, this, if I'm correct, this film did originally Before the Fall came out in 2008, and this is now the 4K restoration, correct?
Correct. It came out in 2008. It was released in the Berlinale in Berlin in the International Film Festival. And after that came to the US to the AFI Film Festival. And since then was distributed by IFC for a while, but was a long time ago. So we
Mm-hmm.
thought we needed like to update
Mm-hmm.
the movie and put it out there again. So yeah.
Love it. Well, I did get a chance to watch it. This was my first time seeing it,
Oh,
and I did really enjoy it. I thought it was a very interesting concept, and I can't wait to ask
thank
you
you.
some questions.
Thank you.
So I did read your director's statement, and you described the film as a story of redemption and a study of human nature. Can you elaborate on how those themes are explored through your characters and setting?
And well, it's a movie that for the starts, I mean, since the very beginning of the movie, we introduced this universe and we say like, this is the end, where there is no not a chance to survive. The next 3 days is the end of the world, right? So
Hmm.
that's the main setup of the movie. So with that situation, I think all the characters in the movie, especially our character or lead character, they have to go through 3 days that you can actually see how they behave, what's inside them. I mean, those limit situations that I like to put my characters through in all these movies, like The Wait. I don't know if you heard of The Wait. It's the latest I did. It's kind of like the same, different setting, but it's a limit situation too. I like to put my characters through that because you can explore uh, deeper, the psychology of the character, and again, the how we are, how we humans are, how are we can be amazing and do great things or do beautiful things. At the same time, we can go to dark places, how wild we are,
Hmm.
the choices we make. So that's why before the fall, the 3 days, it's called in Spain 3 days. It's a symbolic number, 3 days. It's about that. It's about the choices you do, when you know that everything is coming to an end,
Hmm.
everything collapses around you, and the choices that define us, you know.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, thank you. And then going into it being the 4K restoring, I mean, what does that mean to you personally and professionally? And was there anything that stood out when you revisited the film in this new format?
And well, it was a challenge when I was talking with Chroma, and they told me the idea about doing the restoration 4K. It was a challenge. We had to obviously find the original, the print, and everything else has been a while ago, right?
Hmm.
And it's a process I didn't really know. I heard of it. I know it has been done with very few movies,
Hmm.
which is very cool actually that they are interested to do that with your first movie. I wanted to do it properly, so it was a long process. We spent like 3 months pretty much this summer to put it together and to literally scan the movie with the perfect equipment and find it in different places in Europe. We were taking different places to do it, to clean up all the little dots from the 35 millimeter, like
Hmm.
still to keep and preserve the texture of the movie. So it's beautiful because it's 35 millimeters. And at the same time to look into the definition to try to get it better and uh, and the colors. So work with the colors, and it's a movie that has a palette very that I carefully picked when I did it. I do that with all my movies with the way that I'm very specific about colors and aesthetic and frames. So it was really a piece of work for the summer, you know. But it was a good process, really beautiful, and I enjoy the movie. And I think it's a movie that nowadays makes a lot of sense to see, you know, because it brings a lot to the conversation, I think. And it's overall, it's a movie that didn't really, I don't think it lost, you know, it feels old. It feels very contemporary
Mhm.
for all these things. And because it talks about the universal themes, you
Mhm.
know, it's not all the, obviously it has fun, sci-fi elements, horror elements,
Mhm.
action, all that, but has a heart too that I think that is the what makes the movie more universal. And that's the thing that this kind of neo-Western works in Spain or in the US
Mhm.
or in China. And so, yes,
Yeah, I feel like the hard like your guys' hard work did not go unnoticed because something for me when I was watching it was how visually stunning it was. And another like positive of mine was the performances from the cast. Like there was just so much heart in the movie that you can definitely see it, and I really appreciated it and enjoyed it, and I thought it was so visually beautifully stunning shot.
thank you so much. Yeah, I in my personal movies that are, I would say that Before the Fall and The Wait are more personal. In the middle, I work in a franchise for Paramount, but that's obviously a different kind of work.
Mhm.
In the personal ones, I try to to take care of every single detail, and I seduce my team so they don't give up till we get the best, you know, in
Yeah.
all the areas. So it's good that thankfully, like, yeah,
Yeah.
you can appreciate it, and I thank you for that.
Oh, absolutely. Were there any specific scenes or details that benefited from like the visual and audio enhancements that happen?
Well, I think there is the audio for sure. The copy that was out there because of AFC, there was a like a not a Blu-ray release. It was like a DVD, so there was no Blu-ray. Uh, in general, this one has for like the streaming and for the home video experience much more quality than anything that has been out there. Um, the colors are refreshed.
Hmm.
Some areas have been really hard to actually work on, but they are good enough. And I think the quality you can if you compare the DVD that you have in the house, if you have the original one, and
Hmm.
this one, it's gonna be a big jump in the quality. You can actually enjoy the sound is much better too. We work on the sound to adjust here and there a couple of things too. I think it's a full-on immersive experience now that you can enjoy in your home and like in the theaters while it is in the theaters too. So I'm happy with that. I think it worth the the time. It worth absolutely the time to do it.
Yeah. And then the film takes a very like psychological and emotional approach to the end of the world. What influenced that kind of tone of direction for you?
What influence? You mean the end of the world?
Yeah, like you so the end of the world, I feel the way I took it was like the approach was kind of like psychological and emotional. So I was
Yeah.
curious on like what influenced you for that kind of tone that you had for the movie.
Well, I think at the end of the day, everything that happens around us are circumstances, right? We deal with them internally.
Hmm.
So for me, it's very clear that that my point of view is very strong about it from the characters, you know, and how everybody deals with this limit situation. It depends of your beliefs, your morals, your education, and the moment of life that this news surprise you. You know, you have to deal with it. So yeah, I love to again, I love to explore the human nature and how we deal with our problems and with this, in this case, this massive situation that you cannot control and death in this case.
Yeah.
I think it's something very, uh, you know, very interesting. Not only like, as I say, there is, like you said, ways to deal with it in a movie more like actiony and things like that. It is fun, you know.
Hmm.
We have action too here, but I don't think the action in this movie is organic because it's a manifestation of the struggle of our character to find redemption at the end of the
Yeah.
movie. So that's why I think it's more powerful. The fight, for example, at the end is powerful because it's a fight of Ale with himself and to become that unexpected hero that after this life that he had very great and very doing probably what he shouldn't have done.
Yeah. And I think like for me, I do tend to really like movies that have to do with like similar movies of like how the end of the world and things like that. That those things interest me just because it's so much of the unknown. Like
Yes.
we don't know when or what or what's to come with that. So seeing films like that really can make you feel like that emotion with the characters and things like that, just because we're like, what would we really do in that situation when the time
Yeah,
comes?
you relate, and then is when you get to know yourself better, because you're alone, knowing, or maybe with people or family, but you are along with your choices, and
Absolutely.
so that's important again.
Yeah. And then what do you hope audiences, especially people that are seeing it for the first time, take away from Before the Fall in this restored form?
Well, from the like fan point of view, I think the ones that they haven't discovered the movie before, they will find a movie that is still it's relevant, I think, somehow, and it still is. It's a crazy mix of like genres, like merging like sci-fi. My love for the fantasy and sci-fi is there, and the intensity and the brutality of the thriller part of the movie that is gets very dark, and the human drama too. So I think discover that mix is something that I'm very excited that people who couldn't, they heard about the movie. Some people told me, we heard of it, we have been trying to find it, it's impossible. So now they're going to have the chance to see it. The ones that they got to know me because of The Wait, my last movie,
Hmm.
that is set in the same universe, they can discover this other piece of the same universe that eventually will expand, hopefully with a third movie, and that they're not connected, but they are like thematically somehow the same universe and the same lead actor connected because they talk about our choices and exploring the human nature, the beauty and the darkness that we all have inside.
Oh,
So I think that's what I expect. I would say that I would love people to discover the movie.
yeah. I'm gonna be on the lookout for that too. I didn't know that. Um, and then I just have like a little fun, like, I guess a little fun question before we wrap it up. I don't want to give any like spoilers or anything like that to the ending or things like that, but I was curious if you had any, were there any like alternative endings when you guys were filming, or was this always you knew exactly how it was gonna fall?
Well, there was an ending that when we early tagged, obviously the produce is
Hmm.
like better because it was a little bit more optimistic.
Okay.
Uh, but I didn't write that, not at all. This was the movie,
Okay.
and thankfully, being my first movie, they trust me,
Hmm.
and they gave me the final cut and everything. And they thought it was a bleak movie, but they understood it. Once they saw the whole thing, they completely understood it, and they said, "Okay, this is powerful like it is. We don't want to change or force me to change anything, so just leave it like that." So yeah, but obviously it's pretty bold ending
Yeah.
for a movie, especially from the point of view of financiers,
Yeah.
and producers. So yeah, it's a very unique movie in that regard, I think. I'm happy that it exists, actually.
Yeah. No, I am too. I thought it was a way to end it. Like I don't like I said, I don't want to give it away, but I'm really glad that that's the ending you guys stuck with. But I was curious if there were any other like ideas thrown or anything like that. So it's very interesting to hear that point of view. And then just lastly, I believe it premiered already at the festival on Saturday, is that correct?
And Fantastic Fest was on
Yeah.
Saturday, and we have a second screening on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m.
Okay, perfect. And how did the first one go for you guys? Was that
It
good?
was it was great. We had sold out, so I couldn't ask for more, and the audience was really there was people in the audience that they saw it actually, which was very cool. They saw originally the movie and they came to see the 4K restoration and they really loved it and enjoyed it. I talked they came to talk to me at the end, and some people that they discovered it like yourself that they
Mhm.
respond and they like it and they enjoy it. So I thought it was really good, and I think the most to know the festival is been very great and it's giving a second life to the movie. Hopefully, I mean, we are going to have experience again after the next screening in Fantastic Fest. We are going to go to the Screen Fest in LA. We're going to have other experience in different places, cinema effects in all over the US for the Chroma release. That will
Mhm.
be, I think, by the end of the year. Um, and in Europe too. We are having some experience in Europe, in UK and Spain. It's coming out to theaters in Spain actually by the end of the
Okay.
year.
Yeah, that's
So
so exciting.
very excited and happy
Yeah.
about it.
Well, that's exciting. I didn't know that you guys were heading to the Scream Fest next. That's very exciting. I'm looking forward to following along with the film's journey, and I definitely want to make like a movie review about it, and I plan to post it on my page. So I'm very excited to talk about it. And now I
Thank
know for people are definitely to keep an eye out for it because that's exciting. I feel like it's gonna be a good hit for those film festivals.
thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you. Very
course. Well,
excited.
thank you, Javier, for letting me talk to you. I really appreciate it.
Has been a pleasure. Thank you.